3 fights ago, before I fought the #2 guy in the world, this guy named Damian Maia in Brazil, they had told my manager, Dan Lambert, that they weren't gonna re-sign me. They didn't like my style. They didn't like that I wasn't entertaining, and this is before I really started to become an entertainer and understand the entertainment aspect of this business. So before this fight, they told me no matter what happens, I was ranked #6 in the world. We're not re-signing you. We don't like your character. We don't like your fighting style. You know, and I'm getting paid $30,000 to go fight the #2 guy in the world. Like, after you pay taxes and pay your coaches, you're really gonna get like $5,000 or $10,000. So I go out there and I beat him up in Sao Paulo, Brazil, his home city. And I shoot this promo on the Brazilians, and I say, hey, you guys are all a bunch of filthy animals, you know, and in Brazil, you're a dump. And I wasn't supposed to have my job, but that promo goes so viral on the internet that the UFC's like, we have to keep him. We have to re-sign him because that promo was so big. So that's what saved my career, and that was the turning point in my career. And I knew I was one of the best fighters in the world. You know, training at the American top team, I'd trained with the highest level fighters. You know, I trained with the world champions, you know, before me, and I was beating them up every day in training. So I knew I was the best fighter in the world. And to hear someone tell me, hey man, we're not going to re-sign you, before I was going to fight Damian Maia, who's coming off a title challenge and ran through the division, you know, won 7 or 8 fights in a row, and I was going to fight him in his hometown, and they're telling me after I've just beat the #6 guy in the world, Dong Hum Kim, they're going to tell me they're not going to re-sign me. It just, you know, it hurt, you know, but, you know, that's what this business is, man. It's a ruthless business, and the UFC brand, they don't care about the fighters. You're just a number, and it's just on to the next guy. So, you know, I knew I needed to make a change. I needed to do something drastic, and that's what I did. So I don't really care if people think of me different because of it. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to do my business, and if people have a problem with it, they can try and settle in the cage, but there's not a man alive that can beat me right now. The training process is crazy, you know, it's 2-3 times a day you're training, 6 days a week, and you know, you have to give your whole life to fighting. It's not something that's part-time or there's a season for it. The season is year-round. We're training and fighting year-round, so we have to be ready on a moment's notice. You know, my last fight I took on 3 weeks' notice versus Robbie Lawler. This guy's a killer, the most feared guy in the division, so you have to be ready at all times to take that fight. You can't just have an off-season. Everything that we get over in the UFC or MMA in general, as the MMA is the sport, is we had to earn it the hard way. You know, we're responsible for our own actions. You know, we don't make excuses for what happens. We go out there and we take responsibility for a loss or for a win. People aren't ever truly going to give me credit, and they're always trying to discredit me. You know, that after all my fights, they've always said that, you know, this guy, you know, he was old, oh, he's over the hill, all this and that. But you know, I could care less what they think, you know, and that's what it's all about. This whole thing's been about. It's not caring what people think. You know, I'm just going to go and march to my own tone and keep doing what I do. It's not so much about your fighting skills sometimes. It's about what you can do on the mic and how you can entertain, because this is the show business. So if you want to make a lot of money and capitalize and set away money for the rest of your life, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to become a character and become, in the sense of an actor. When I really took over this bad guy character that I've kind of taken in the UFC, I really enjoy hearing people tell me I can't do something and tell me, you know, that you will die or mean things, because it really just fires me up and gets my blood boiling inside to go out there and prove them wrong and just make them eat their words. You know, you got to be a little selfish in life to get out of life what you really want. And what I want is to be successful. That's what I've always wanted as a kid, and I'm on my way towards that right now.